Is that your designated chair now? It's Monday morning. I was getting ready to go to my day job and I decided I better check my oil. It was low. So I decided to add a quart. And as I took the cap off, I fumbled, dropped it off down in here somewhere. Put my grunge clothes on, come back out here, fish that thing out, put it back on, go back to the house, get a shower, put my good clothes on. No, I don't wear the same clothes I wear to the foundry to my day job. Looks like I'm gonna be about an hour late. Looks like the whole week's gonna start out like this. Oh, that's why. Well, it's pretty nice out this morning. I feel like making some molds. If I'm gonna be late, may as well. If I hadn't missed Friday for the train, I'd probably go ahead and take off all day today too, the way things are starting. All right, buddy, what have you been peeing on before I go laying down? It's probably a good thing I held off going anyway. That tire's looking kind of low. From up there, it looked like it fell somewhere right in here. Come on, man. My hand should be wherever... Is that it? Is that it? Way down there. It might be. Alright, back up under the hood again. So I was apparently not far enough back there. Well, there it is, plain as day. I just can't reach it from up underneath. I'm gonna go get some wrenches. We're gonna jerk the motor out and pull this thing out. My wife's gonna be throwing a fit now. You're not supposed to be standing on those coolers. Well, you left it out here at the shop and I've got to get up over it. So I dropped this metal rod down through there to see exactly where this filler cap is, because it's supposed to be right beside it. It's got to be right in there somewhere. Oh, there it is. It was laying right on the tow rod. Alright, let's see if I can get this out. That ain't coming out. I'm gonna have to pull it back up through the front. I should have used a shorter rod. Anyway, I got my filler cap. Might have a rod dragging the ground. Alright. Friends, is how you add oil to a Ford pickup. Okay, someone had asked why I don't gate from this side. Well, if you'll look, for this flask, I don't have enough room there. But I do have enough room here to gate on the end. We're going to do just fine coming off of this end, as long as I vent the other end properly. Alright, I told you I was going to show you a little trick on this negative draft around each one of these legs. I am simply going to cut out this sand on each corner. Then I will grind all this flat, and that way we're not breaking out the edge of the flask. Gotta keep it tight. Until I get it over on this angle now. I can That looks good. Looks like everything held together. We had a little bit grab here, but not like the other day. I hear Jake. As I was assembling the mold, as you're going to notice, on one end of the mold, I bumped it a little bit, and for safe measures, I took it apart. And there was just a very small speck of sand that I decided I wanted to get out of there. Unknowingly, I set it directly on top of that last roller in the gap. So as I picked up on the drag, the cope went to teeter-tottering and fell over. Due to the nature of the previous content, I felt muting was appropriate. This is the third attempt to mold up the griddle, and this didn't turn out. I'm seeing one of the things that, and it's my own stupid mistake for getting in a hurry and not looking this over, but I have a elevated step on each end of the pan as it's facing down in the mold, and it's springing in the middle when I'm ramming the sand. I was supposed to shim that with some wedges or something to help keep the belly from flexing on that. So I didn't notice that. I didn't realize what the problem was until I saw all the cracked sand this time around. I don't know if you can see that. You can see it's breaking out. And again, I've got the corners breaking out as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and make a bigger flask. We'll put this to the side. I don't know. I'll possibly get back on it next week. I don't know. We've got to get some more straight edges cranked out, so I'm not going to pour this week. Well, that'll get me through tonight and a little bit of tomorrow between what I got here and then the stack I got inside. Well, I'm looking at 6 melts tonight. Each mold takes an entire A16 crucible. Looks like I'll have a good truckload here. That one's got a scratch on it. This is a follow-up from last week's handle that I poured in bronze with the electric furnace. As I have said before, it pays to read the comments, and I want to thank two of you guys that suggested fuming this with ammonia. I turned that project over to Josie, and she was able to show me the finished product today. I'm going to include that in this video while I'm at it. I will say I was not prepared for the end result. I was worried that we wouldn't be able to match it up with these because primarily it's not real bronze like the one I poured. So I was concerned how well we were going to be able to match these up. And I was under the impression I would end up having to cast an entire set of 6, I believe. But anyway, this is what we finally came up with on the end results. Tell me which one you think I cast. It's hard to tell, isn't it? Well, it just so happens to be the very bottom one here, closest to the camera. I'm going to show you this side, and then I'll show you the other side. I was amazed. I really didn't think they'd turn out this close to a match. Well, I'm going to tie this video up here. I've got a lot of stuff I need to get put up tonight, tied down because of the hurricane. It's going to be knocking at our door sometime around 11 o'clock tomorrow. If it goes on the projected path, it stays on that, we're not going to see much more than this kind of a breeze we're getting now. I am 3 hours inland. That probably sounds like I'm fairly safe, but I'll tell you, during Katrina, I lost half my roof to this. We still had a Category 1 hurricane this far inland, so, you know, not that I'm thinking this is going to be another Katrina. Lord, I hope not, but, you know, and I tell people this all the time. I'll take a tornado over a hurricane any day. A tornado, it's hit and miss. It's either going to get you or it isn't. And within 2 to 5 minutes, it's gone. A hurricane, it's widespread. It gets everybody, and you've got 90-mile-an-hour plus sustained winds that are lasting for like 12 hours. And it's, as I said, it's traumatizing. And it's sickening when you're seeing your property just flying off and you can't do anything to stop it. And during Katrina, I had some friends from New Orleans. Well, actually, they lived in the Metairie-Kenner area, and I had them staying with me for, you know, I thought I could provide them some safety. And my wife and I, along with my friends, all had to leave my house with all this mess going on and go to my dad's and stay there. His house was a lot more sound. Anybody that's in that projected path, you're in my prayers, and hopefully this will dissipate an hour before it hits land back into a tropical storm. Who knows? It is odd that this is the anniversary date of the Katrina hurricane. But anyway, an update on my dad. He has not been stuck since the last video, so he's doing good. Because of the hurricane, I may or I may not put a video out next week. Depends on whether we have power. It depends on what happens. If it gets too bad, I'm going to be focused on trying to get leaks stopped and roofs covered again. And, you know, I'll be too focused on that to manning the camera. Y'all take care, and I will talk to you later.